Hello guys, this is Prince Jakenya back with another video, and today I want to give you a story of my flight from Kenya to United States of America. You know, through my story you're gonna learn how it all goes on booking your air ticket, how it all goes, some of the experiences in the airplane, and come with me, chill and watch this video till the end. And before by the way I continue with my story, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and if share this video if at all it gonna blesses you, informs you or teaches you, and invite more people to subscribe. Okay, back to the topic and discussion of the day. So myself, I came here in America through green card, that is DV lottery. I know a lot of people might watch this video who are relocating here in America, or who want to know about relocation over here in America. And those types of people, maybe they're gonna come here with different types of visas, because there is B1 visa, B2 visa, there is F1 visa for education, for school I mean, and there is this other types of a visa that is called, they are a lot, like even green card visas are a lot. I made another video of interview experience at Nairobi Embassy, US Nairobi Embassy, Kenya. So if at all you want to know how the interview experience was at US Nairobi Embassy, Kenya, please revisit that video back in my videos, and you're gonna know how it all goes at US Nairobi Embassy, Kenya. So as I told you, I did my interview, that is the DV lottery green card interview, on February 15 this year 2022. If you told you're gonna see this video maybe not in 2022, I made my interview back in February 15 2022 at US Nairobi Embassy, Kenya. And they told me, I told you I left them with the passport, my passport here. I left them with the passport so that they can stamp the visa, and after 4 days or 3 days they had already stamped the visa, and in the 4th day I received a message that my visa has been given to the DHL, but because it was on a weekend, there is no way the DHL could maybe transist or give me the passport back. Let me use the simple term that I can understand. So I went to pick the passport on Tuesday, the following week, 1 week from my interview. I had already gotten my passport, and you know what, I was booked the flight to the United States. It was that so fast that I didn't even think it gonna take that fast, because in my thought or in my mind I used to think that maybe I gonna take like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, because that visa, the DV visa, that type of a visa, usually gives you 6 months to travel from your country to relocate over here in the United States. If you gonna delay more than 6 months, your visa expires. I'm sorry for you, daddy, because there is no way that visa can be renewed. Even they usually tells you must travel before the period end. So after receiving my visa back, the thing was now to book the air ticket. I told you how there is another video I explained to you the process of booking the air ticket. You usually go to online, check the cheaper flights, but myself, I'm not here to lie, because I made another video. So there is this guy that I told to book the air ticket for me, because it was easy booking the air ticket from here in the United States. So I connected with the guy, we checked online the cheaper flight, and here we landed with the British Airways. So depending with the state that you're gonna go, not all the air flights are usually cheaper, because maybe the British Airways coming here in the Pennsylvania, Lancaster City, Pennsylvania state. The British Airways was the one that we found cheaper. There are some of the air freights like Kenya Airways, Qatar Airways. There are a lot of airways. Just go online, go to Google in Google search that box. Just put if at all you want to know the air ticket from Kenya to the state that you want. If it's New York, just put the air ticket price from JKIA to JKIF or to New York. Air ticket from Nairobi to New York. It's gonna show you the air ticket and the amount and the types of on the groups of air freights, and how much they charge. And you know what, other thing that is there, if at all you have money, you can book the business class. If at all you are a person, you just want to learn, you don't have a lot of things yourself, or the thing that you want to do is to run in the United States safely, you can go for a cheaper flight. Myself, I went for a cheaper flight. So after doing some researches, I have told you, I landed and we saw that the British Airways was cheaper, because the cost was 750. That is 750. That is like, let me use some small calculation over here with my phone. So at that time the dollar was 113. So let me do calculation how much it was in Kenyan money, because 113 times, calculator is here with me. So 750 times at the moment that I was flying over here in the United States, the dollar exchange rate was 113. So that is 84,750. 84,750 Kenya shilling, but into dollars that is 750, but when exchange into Kenya shilling, that is 84,750. Although you can get a cheaper freight and cheaper deal than that, because there is this friend of me that relocated over here in America. At that time it was, I think, winter season. Myself, I came here when the winter season was ending. So that guy paid approximately 68,000 over here in America. He was going, I think, in North Carolina. So you can get a deal from 64,000, 70,000 Kenya shilling, I mean 80,000. No need of going to the air freight that cost you 100,000. If at all you know all the thing that you want is to run here in United States safely, just book the cheaper freight, because even the cheaper freights are good. So we booked the cheaper freight. We booked the British Airways. The connection was from Nairobi, Kenya, JKIA, to Philadelphia. Here is the ticket of me, as you can see. I still have the ticket up to date. That is the ticket, and the ticket says that my name. This is the first ticket. I was to connect from London to Philadelphia. And I was to use gate. I was to use board at 11:45. We were to leave at Kenya at 11:45. Then I was at seat 33A, and the flight was to depart at allowed 12:35. As you can see, here is the depart time of the flight. Here is the time that I was allowed. Okay, the time that I was supposed to be at JKIA was 11:45, because the flight was to leave Kenya, JKIA Jomo Kenyatta International Airport at 12:35. Then I have a second ticket for me here. The one that I was connecting now from Heathrow Airport in London to over here in the United States to Philadelphia. I connected to Philadelphia, United States. So this is the second ticket now from London to Philadelphia. And all that. Okay, the thing is, when you pay the price, the ticket of the air ticket, don't think that maybe some of you might think of, like myself, when I landed in London, now I will have to pay the second flight. No, once you pay the flight, like the way I told you, mine was $750 or 84,000 Kenya shilling. It is the ticket covers your flight from Kenya to United States. So even if when you land in Heathrow at London, you're gonna be given these two tickets, and you won't have to pay now your connection flight from London to over here in the United States, or the place that you will be going. So now let me explain the experience. So after booking the air ticket as a DV winner, or this period of time, because somebody might come and watch this video sometime years back later, you had to do some COVID test, and I went to Nairobi West Hospital. For those guys that maybe you will win green card and you don't know where to go to do the PCR test, or even if not only the green card, I believe even the types of visas, these other types of visas, before relocating over here in the United States, like a time like this where we have COVID-19, because maybe there are some people who will relocate over here when there will be no this restriction. But if at all you know you're gonna travel or relocate here in this time of in this time of COVID-19, you're gonna have to do the COVID test, the PCR test. This is my PCR test. I printed it out. Everything that I used to do it manually or not manually, online, and I download the hard copy. So this is the PCR test. The PCR test costed me Kenya shilling 4,500. 4,500. Let me see whether they indicated the price over here. I can't see the price over here, but the PCR test is 4,550. 4,550. So it is in Nairobi West Hospital. Nairobi West Hospital. Nairobi West Hospital, Kenya, Nairobi. So go to Google search and search Nairobi West Hospital. You're gonna see the number over there. You're gonna see the email over there, and book your COVID test 24 hours, because you are supposed to have the COVID test 24 hours before your flight, before your departure. 24 hours before your departure. So I remember it was on Friday. On Friday, that is when now I went to Nairobi now to prepare my way, because of all those days I was back in my village. After getting my visa, I was in my village. So I went to Nairobi at Friday, because I had to sleep at Nairobi on Friday, because my flight was at Saturday at 12. I told you the time was I was supposed to be at JKIA at 11:45. So on Saturday, I woke up, went to Nairobi West Hospital. The COVID test or the PCR test usually take the 6 hours to be released. And let me differentiate over here. There is the PCR test. This is to show that you are negative. You have been tested COVID-19 and you are negative. And there is a COVID-19 certificate. These are two different things. There is a COVID-19 certificate that shows that you have been injected or you have been fully vaccinated. Those are two things that you are supposed to have while relocating over here in the United States, or maybe the country that you're gonna relocate, if at all they demand for you to have that. So there is a difference between COVID-19 certificate. Mine I had already on last year November, because if at all you know that you're gonna relocate over here in America in this time of or in this period of COVID-19, please just make sure you have been fully vaccinated. It doesn't matter what type of maybe dose, AstraZeneca or whatever. Just make sure you are fully vaccinated. And the second thing, they're gonna guide you and tell you to find the PCR test. This is the PCR test that shows that you have been tested and you tested negative for the COVID-19. For the COVID-19. So for the COVID, let me call it COVID to make it easier. So I did my COVID test on the same day, Saturday. It allowed, I think I went to Nairobi West at allowed 9 o'clock or 9 a.m. because I knew that when I go to at 9 a.m. it's gonna take like 6 hours before it is released. And after the 5 hours, like I think it was 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. the Nairobi West Hospital sent me this message now on an email. They usually send you the result on an email. Myself, I'm the person that downloaded it or printed it out. So they sent me an email and confirmed that I was negative. So I had nothing else to wait than now to prepare myself to go at JKIA. I told you I'm that guy who goes for cheaper things. So instead of taking an Uber, I just use a matatu. I and the people that were accompanying me, I had some friends, my mom and my brother that were accompanying me to the air ticket, to the flight to the United States. So we took a matatu, we took a bus at the Nairobi town center all the way to JKIA. So we went there, we did the checkup at the gate at JKIA. It was such a nice feeling. I had before that time, it was my fourth time experience at JKIA. The first time I was at JKIA was in 2003. We had gone to welcome a friend from Texas, an American friend, my family friend at 2003. That's when was my first time to go at JKIA. So as I'm telling you, the first time was when I was in 2003. I don't know whether you can see that photo. It's this way. Yeah, I know you can see it. That is the photo that was in 2003. We had gone to welcome a family friend on 2003. That white woman, she was a family friend. And I don't know, not that way. That is the photo. In 203, we had gone to welcome a family friend. That was the first time I experienced with JKIA Airport, International Airport. At that time I was a child, I could not think of anything that one day I'm gonna come back at the JKIA again. The second time I was at JKIA is in this photo. As you can see me, we had gone for a, no, not this is not the second time. The second time was when I was in primary school. I remember while I was in class 7 or class 8 back in 2011. We had gone for a school tour at Nairobi. We had gone to museum, JKIA, Bomas of Kenya. That was the second time I went to JKIA, and the third time now it's this one. Although that is not JKIA, but it is still in Nairobi. That was, I was in high school. I was in secondary school at that time. I don't know whether it's this one. This way. I think I have put it side and down. That way is the time that I was in JKIA. The third time in the year 2016, and that one was the last time that I was in JKIA. And I saw the way people are coming, the way people are going back. And I told you about my American dream. I also made a video on that. So in the year 2016, that's when again I felt like, you know what, I wish one day I also gonna see myself going, coming, and you know what, I didn't know that the fourth time now that I gonna go to at JKIA was the time that I was flying from Kenya to United States of America. So the thing is, the dreams are varied, and that is things that you usually see and excites you. One day you're gonna achieve it in one way or another if you keep on following about that thing, if you keep on praying about it, and if you keep on dreaming. So we went at JKIA. As I told you, we reached early because we reached at 9 p.m. because I was supposed to be at JKIA at 11:45, but they usually do some verification. So that is the reason to why I reached early, and we hung up with my parents over there. We took some photo. I'm gonna put some of the photos over here. You're gonna see them. We posted some photos over with my parents. Then it was time now to tell my parents and my brother and that one friend of me bye bye, and I'm gonna see them sometime later when I don't know it's when. You know, when because myself I'm a permanent immigrant. So there was no way I could come and promise them that I'm gonna come December or I'm gonna come after the contract end, because when you come here with the green card, you are a permanent resident. So even if you feel like staying 5 years, staying 6 years, staying 7 years before you go back to your country, nobody who gonna ask you. So there is no way, like those people who go to different countries under contract of 2 years, that one is given. You know, after 2 years you're gonna go back to your home. But this one is different because you know that you are a permanent resident. Let me drink some water. I get thirsty talking a lot, by the way, don't mind about that. So I knew that I gonna see them sometime later. I may think of going back this December, or I save that money, I go back next year, because coming and like if I decide to come back on December or on December, the to and fro air ticket is not less than maybe 150,000, $1,500, not less than that. I can use that to invest and buy a plot, maguta, something like that. You know, I can buy a plot, but I gonna think about that. I gonna figure out as I'm continuing to set over here, as I see what the future holds for me over here. So we took some photos and we make the last prayer. At least I shall don't forget to say about that. It's good to pray because you are going on a new ride, you are going on a new place, you are going to meet new people, you are going to meet new experience of life. So it's good before you fly out or before you took your flight, at least pray. So my mama prayed for me, my brother prayed for me and wished me all the best. I had nothing else. I just took a Ghana now, we bid each other goodbye and I let them go back. Myself, I went to the line to queue. So at the JKIA, the thing that goes over there, they do some verification, and before even you enter inside that building, big building over there, hiyo kinyumba kikubwa hapo, they usually check the COVID-19 PCR test, not the COVID-19 certificate. They usually check the COVID-19 PCR test. So they asked me the PCR test and I showed them the PCR test. If I can remember very well, there is nowhere they asked me about the COVID-19 flu vaccine. Did they ask me? Yeah, it's like they also asked me. They also asked me if I can remember. I am trying to remember it. I don't think I can remember it very well. They also asked me the vaccination certificate. So have the vaccination certificate and this PCR test. This you're gonna find it 24 hours before your flight. So don't hurry finding this one. Just make sure you have the vaccination certificate. About the PCR test, you're gonna look it or search it or have it 24 hours before your flight. So they asked me for the COVID-19 certificate. Those are the security guys. They checked me this one, and they also asked me the air ticket. The ticket what? The ticket, now the ticket that shows that I already booked the flight on that day and on that time. So they checked the ticket, not this one. This is the ticket, but there is that receipt. Now it shows that I booked the ticket. It's over there in my folder. So they checked that and then they let me in. So the second security checkup is now where they verify the bags. So I put the bag in that machine, the one that takes the bags in a pita katikati or dani huko. The bags, my bags passed over there. They were checked and they were assumed that there is nothing that maybe they have scanned. Okay, my bags were scanned by machines, that's what I mean. And that security checkup that I went is now the bag, I opened my bag for those guys now to check inside my bag. Now the second security checkup where they checked my bag, it is not a person that checked, it is the machine. Now that security checkup is the person that checked the bag. So, and the fourth security, no, those were the only 3 security checkups that I went on, that I was checked. Now after doing those security checkup, there in JKA there is a different counters according to the air ticket that you book. There was Luthania, something like that. There was Kenya Airways, Qatar Airways. Every counter over here, counter 1, counter 2, counter 3. So mine was British Airways or American Airlines. So American Airlines. So I queued where guys that booked American Airlines, or I queued to the counter where there was a person of American Airlines. So that's when I went and showed him the air ticket. He asked me my passport. He confirmed some details on my passport. I gave him the receipt that showed that I paid the air ticket, and that's when he printed me this 2 air ticket and this other one, this 2 air ticket. And then from there, he told me to go on another place, another counter. On that counter, what was I being checked on? I don't remember what I was being checked on, but that's when on the second counter I gave out these 2 papers, and you know what? They told me now it's ready to be ushered in. I think the second counter they attached to this one, this small receipt over here. The second counter, the one that I can't remember what I was checked on. So after that counter, I was told to go there up. I remember, I don't remember what was it. Now to go to the gate. Let me check which gate was that one. From London to Philadelphia. No, leave alone about from London to Philadelphia. This is from London to Philadelphia. I was at gate 14, JKA at gate 14. Now the one that connected me to London and the one that I was going to London. So I went to that gate. There were a lot of people. Hey, there were a lot of whites, people, and that made me feel like, you know what, even before I reached here in America, that made me feel like truly I'm going on another land. So I stayed there from something like 11 something to 11:45. So after 11:45, that's when our names was called, and we were told that the British Airways number 7, the British Airways, let me check this, air flight 729 or the flight 729 is leaving. So if at all you have the air ticket 729 and your group is, they were calling us with the group, go to the air ticket. So they checked my air ticket and so that it is the same. It is the same flight, and I was ushered in. So I went and I entered the flight myself. Before I relocated over here in America, when I was in Kenya, I used to tell myself the moment that I will enter in the plane, I gonna cry. Usually because I used to see an airplane flying over there. Maybe when I was a security, because before I relocated over here, I was a security guy, I was a watchman. At night I could see those airplane. I know you usually see those airplane that pass every night, blinking their lights like this. I could see them and tell myself, oh my God, I wish one day to see myself in that kadege that blinking this way. I used to think to myself, those guys are they not born like the way I was born? Are they not a human being like the way I am a human being? And I could encourage myself and say that if I told those guys made it to go there up in the sky, I myself too are gonna go up in the sky. So I entered in the plane. The way I thought that I gonna cry, I didn't cry, but I was excited. I was out of this world. I could imagine myself now. I'm sitting in an airplane. There was that computer or that laptop over there. I tried to chocola. I didn't know anything to do with that. But a friend of me, not a friend because I don't know the lady. I was sitting next to her. She guided me on how to put some movie and listen to some movie so that I can't get fun. Even I was not concentrating on the movie because all my concentration was checking out from the car window. Do you see that car window of the airplane? It has some glasses where you can view, and it has the hard cover now. But I didn't close that car window. Almost everybody else closed the car window of him or herself. But myself, I kept it open so that I can be zooming outside to see how it all went. So we stayed there for about 20 minutes as the airplane is hitting the engine, and then it was time now to fly out. Let me tell you, that is the best experience ever, because I saw myself like I'm out of this world when the airplane was was flying off. I could see now Nairobi. When the airplane was flying off, I could see Nairobi now. All this because it was at night. Remember, it was at midnight. So I could see Nairobi, all the rights of Nairobi, very beautiful Nairobi, and I could imagine myself I'm going to a new land. I could bid Nairobi bye-bye. A lot of memories, a lot of things could come in my head, the one that I'm going to experience and the one that I have left behind. Let me tell you, it was such a nice moment. I didn't even believe when I came to sleep, because I was checking and looking outside the crowds over there in the sky until I felt asleep. I didn't know even when I felt asleep. When I could wake up in the center of the journey, I could check the map of that, where there is that computer or that laptop in the seat. I could check the map and see where we are. I could see we are in Egypt. I could see that it is the time that we have passed the great, how do we call that lake over there in the Egypt? How do we call it? The Great Sea, something like that. The Red Canal, something like that. I could see we have passed that one. I could see that we are nearing London, and things a lot of that. So it's such a nice experience. It's such a beautiful thing. It's such a and now is some things. So we reached at London at around the London time. It was at 6 a.m. I told you it was at 6 a.m. London time. So I don't know at what time it was Kenyan time. So we reached at 6 a.m. It was 6 something. It was almost 7 a.m. So before I finished doing things over there, it was already 7 a.m. So I didn't know that when you are on a transit, you should don't go to pick your bag. Myself, I went after landing to London. I went to the I don't know their bureau, because myself I was not supposed to go to other places or to their bureau to pick my bag, because I was supposed to connect to, let me check this ticket. I was supposed to connect from London to Philadelphia. I was supposed to connect to take a train, the one that gonna take me to the other gate that I gonna take my air freight from London to Philadelphia. But because I didn't know that way, I went there looking for my bag, and that's when this one of the British guy who once worked in Kenya saw me and checked me and talked to me, and he told me, are you confused or something? I told him yes, because I'm looking for my bag and I can't see my bag. And he told me, where are you going? I told him I'm going to United States of America. He told me, oh no man, there is no way you are supposed to come over here, because you are on a transit. Your bag was already forwarded to the other flight. So you yourself, you are supposed to take the train at gate, I don't know, at this room or at this place, then connect to this gate. Then from that gate, now you're gonna see you're gonna enter to you're gonna find your bag already over there in the United States. So I didn't know. I went to take a plane as he guided me. I took a train from London to the gate that I was to the other gate that I was going to in London. And there the difference between the first security checkup from Nairobi to London and the second one was, we were done Zara security checkup. That is the place that they checked even a lot of things that you are not supposed to carry. We were done Zara security checkup, but myself, I was good to go, although I had I had carried some of the drinks, and they told me that it is not allowed to carry water. So I had to leave them. I had to leave water with them over there, because but nothing that they saw that I was carrying that was illegal, and I was writing out the second airplane. The second airplane, it was a big airplane, but not like the first one. And this one had, there were a lot of empty seats, unlike the one that I boarded from Nairobi to London. It was full, but this one from London to Philadelphia, it was not full, so I could sit where I want. There was no any, although there was a seat here that was supposed to sit, but those seats I was so alone. 3 seats I was so alone. There behind me there were white guys, and something like that. So at the first air ticket, I forgot to tell you we were given some food. We were given some rice. We were given some small food. I didn't enjoy the fast food from Nairobi to London, but now the second flight, that's how I know I enjoyed the food that we were given, because they could come and ask me, hello sir, can we give you this and this and that? I could not hear what they are saying, and when I hear something that I know, I could tell them, okay, about food. They told me, can we give this one, that one, and I could check my neighbor's food and tell them, point to them like this one. Only when I hear something like there is this time they asked me some rice with chicken, something. I told them yes, rice with chicken. I told them yes, I want that rice with chicken. And then it came to time of drinks. They asked me, hello sir, can we give you what this drink, Coca-Cola? I told them yes, Coca-Cola, because I only know Coca-Cola. So it was just a nice moment, a nice moment, because I didn't know a lot of things. It was my first time flying out. I didn't know these types of food, burger, whatever, because they could ask me, can we give you burger with this or that one, or pizza or that one, or rice with what, or something, many a lot of those. So they give me a lot of food. They gave me food, a lot of a lot, and then the second time they gave me another food. They give me a lot of drink. They could keep on coming. Now the flight from London to Philadelphia, I really enjoyed the flight. So I reached at Philadelphia at around, I think it was, no, not I think, it was 3 o'clock. It was 3 o'clock or 3 p.m. It was at 3 p.m. American time. I don't know about Kenya. At Kenya it was around 3 p.m. plus 8 hours. So at Kenya it was around almost 10 o'clock, or almost 10 o'clock. So my flight was about 19 hours or 20 hours. My flight was around 20 hours with a stopover of London Heathrow. We stopped over from London Heathrow at around 4 hours. Then we resumed to the flight. It was such a nice flight. I really enjoyed it. I really thank God because of it. Because the thing is, it was my dream, and it was a dream come true. I used to see those guys or the airplane moving from the place that I was. Whenever I could see the airplane, I could tap that blessing and tell God, one day I want to travel. One day I want to see myself in an airplane. One day I want to see myself in the sky, because other people that usually fly out, they are people like me. They are human like me. Why not me? Why not me? Why not me? And you know what? God made it. God brought it to fruition. God answered my prayer, and God made me also to fly out to the United States. Because now from here, all the time that I'm gonna be coming home, now my matatu will be the airplane. Do you know that? Because I'm gonna be coming home, back in here in America, coming home, back here in America. So my matatu is the airplane, or the air freight, now the airplane, because I'm gonna now have a lot of experience with the airplane. So that's all about it, guys. I don't want to make this video long. At least I know you have enjoyed. At least I know you have been blessed. At least I know you have learned maybe one or two things. But the thing I want to make this video, my parting shot, I want to tell you that don't give up. If I told you you shall dreams, wanted to be carried by that airplane. If at all you shall desire to go to any other country, not only here in the US, just believe in yourself, just believe in God, and just believe that they are gonna come a day. Just believe that even those people that usually are carried by airplane are people like you. There is no special between that person you usually see, who goes to America, who goes to London, who go to anywhere, to Australia or anywhere else and come back. There is no difference between that person and you. All the thing that is there, if you pray God and if you follow up, if at all it's your desire to come here in America, try green card all the time. Maybe one day you're gonna get it. Try green card. If at all it's to go to another country, I don't know about going to another country, just do researches on how to go to another country, Dubai, to anywhere else, and you're gonna one day God open a way. When God sees the desire in your heart, when God sees how eager and how ready are you to fly out, God gonna make that dream of you come true, because dreams are valid. I could see an airplane flying off and I desire to see myself inside, and a day came, I flied through that airplane, and the fact still remains. The airplane is now the matatu that I'm gonna be using going back my home, because there is no means that I can travel with my vehicle, with the vehicle from here back to my home. So that's all about it. May your dream come true. May you be carried by airplane one day, if at all that's your dream, and God bless you. God be with you. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Help me grow, help me grow, help me grow, and through help me grow, we will grow together, and one day we will meet the happiness of our life. Bye bye, and God bless you. I love you all.